all the celebrations in the bag. So I don't know whose photos they've got today, everyone. It's cooking Sunday and we are wearing, yes, my vest is probably sticking out. That's the only thing that you'll probably notice. But with this outfit on today, we go on our Instagram page at Ribea. Let's put our pot on quickly because we have pre-cooked all our food already. So the only thing we are now still doing is we now gonna share the food kitchen. Lovely. We're gonna have a cup of warm tea. Lovely cup of warm tea. Lovely. With this Wednesday. Yeah, so I quickly tell these people that's gonna want to join our room this Sunday. Wow, we are now enjoying our fashion because it's winter and it's lovely weather. And we are enjoying this lovely weather inside, and we did our rice, it's ready. Only thing we're doing together on the video is sharing those lovely foods and doing this lovely evening lamb pot while our onion is lovely braising there. We're doing lamb shanks, right? Yes, with some mini lamb chops in the lamb shank pot with some lovely carrots. We're eating Sunday evening and not Sunday lunch today because it's a winter and it is cold and it is not too cold, but it is feeling like winter outside. So we are eating a lovely warm pot of food. We're doing it with broccoli, cauliflower, and with cheese, right? And with a white sauce that we're gonna now make it really steamed all of that. The only thing we're doing now is I just want to get the lamb in the pot and then I want to do my carrots. Thank you for joining. I'm from South Africa. I'm from South Africa, yes, thank you. Where you also from, thank you, so that we can continue to stay tuned and then also subscribe to our page. My name is Ribea, Elise, and I'm from South Africa. So what am I cooking? I'm doing a warm sweet carrot. Everyone knows I lovely sweet carrots. I'm doing a sweet carrot with the butter, no oil in it. And then I'm doing it with lovely sugar. Thank you for joining the room. Say hi, everyone. And also say where you're from. We're doing our Sunday cooking. For those of y'all that are familiar to our room already on a Sunday, stay in the room, say hi, say what country y'all are from, and also check out our fashion photos. Thank you for joining that one also. And press like on our videos. Another thing, I'm from South Africa, yes. Another thing that I wanted to say is that we are cooking a lamb shank on this Sunday, so we also say our Sunday cooking. If we talk relationship talk, we also sharing our Saturday relationship talk discussions. Thank you for breakfast. I didn't eat breakfast this morning, right? I only ate one carrot. Thank you. I had one carrot for breakfast this morning, and I'm only gonna eat now. Another thing, and now I'm drinking some tea. This is my second cup of tea for the day, and it's without milk. Sometimes I love a caramel coffee in the morning, and I drink the caramel coffee with only milk, with a teaspoon of coffee, sometimes half a teaspoon of coffee. And then I add some sugar, depending on what cup I'm drinking. The coffee shouldn't be too sweet, no, but you can should at least taste the sugar, and it should at least taste like a caramel coffee. I'm doing fine. Thank you very much for someone saying that. I'm doing very fine. How are all of y'all? And have you all checked out my Instagram pages? That's a question. And where are you from? Say, where are you from, everyone? And then also she has initiatives for our work business if you all can do that. And if you all are familiar with our work pages, with our social media pages, say your thoughts on our pages, say your opinion to our pages also. And then remember, it's always fine to say the opinion to self, right? We live in a world where if you have something to complain about, so there's a message option on everyone's social media pages. Thank you, Laurie. That's right. Nice to meet you there. I'm from South Africa, currently residing in Auckland, New Zealand. So from Auckland, New Zealand, I'm probably on my way to America for a good vacation or for some time in America, if my finances allow me. I've mentioned it to myself when I was in South Africa in 2020, and I said I call it full circle because I don't know if I'm going to return to South Africa to retire, to grow old in South Africa by the time that I arrive in America. Because I'm South African and my family, my mother, yes, Mama Anna Finland, Mama Anna Universe, South Africa, really is really presenting Mama Anna, Mama America a lot. So I call it a full circle travel if I travel to America in my time and season. And in this generation, please don't come. Why not? Why don't you want me to come to America? I will take all of y'all in when I'm on that vacation flight or whether I go stay there. It depends. If I get a green passport in Auckland, New Zealand, then America should be ready for me because I will now really now be there. And those that don't want me there, there's a lot of them. Those bloggers, y'all might share your opinion to me, but I'm gonna be there and I'm gonna tag all of y'all and all of those pages in. And I might not tag in, but I might just say that I'm now there. And while I wait for my green passport in Auckland, New Zealand, my green passport is probably gonna come through someday in some year, in some time, before I'm probably 50 years old. Let's hope so. Thank you. Oh, you meant I should come, not come. Oh, thank you for that. That's good of you, yes. Because I will definitely come. I'm one of those people. If you tell me, right? If you tell this Ribea, Elise, Ribea, don't do this or don't do that, then I would most probably be doing that, whatever I want to do, right? So I'm getting some lovely carrots in here quickly. Let's quickly share that. Lovely Russell hotspot. Now we're going to add that lovely lamb. Let's quickly rinse our lamb and rinse our hands and rinse out all of our Google guys. So now we take this lovely lamb shank and we add it in this lovely pot on top of our carrots. So I've really added some carrots and some onions in there. And now we're just waiting for this lovely lamb flavor. We're adding all of those flavors because we really now want all of those flavors in this lovely pot, everyone. This is not aromatic. This is all-purpose seasoning. New Zealand makes this spice very nice. Thank you. Thank you. Are you from Chicago? I grew up in Chicago, South Africa. You're Chicago, original Chicago. But I'm also still original. I'm Ribea, Elise, original. Mama Anna, original. Mama Anna Finland from South Africa. Anna Mama Universe. And I'm very much original. Let's add a little pepper. There's always no need to add pepper to the lamb. Another thing we're gonna add is we're gonna add some bay leaves. All-purpose seasoning is very nice. It's got all of those lovely flavors in it. So let's do it. Then we only have to do our carrots. Our sweet, lovely sweet now we crush some of these lovely bay leaves into our lovely lamb shank pot. And we're gonna add a drop of water to that. Lovely, everyone. Lovely, lovely. A lot of those bay leaves. Let's quickly share our lamb pot before we're gonna add the water. So lamb shank, I'm gonna add water. I gotta add water in the bed after I'm done with that. Oh, new in the no, not new in the Hana. Oh, everyone, we're gonna add a drizzle of water. There's all-purpose seasoning. There's carrots in. There's lovely chopped carrots in, and there's lovely onion in. So we're all depending on the flavor of this lovely pot. And that is the area. Don't come and fall in the pot. That's right, everyone. So you from Indiana, son. Oh, this new Indiana. And then this. Oh. Like the new Indiana Jones forever. Oh. I was watching The Devil Wears Prada yesterday, and it was a very nice film. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Let me quickly wash my hands. The sneezing is giving me a whole lot of sneezing. This is. The sneezing is giving me a lot of sneezing. Yes. Another thing. We're now going to do our carrots. Lovely carrots. Oh, Indiana, like Indiana Jones. What is y'all's favorite films, everyone? So let's get to know one another in these rooms. Let's get to know who all of y'all are and who's Ribea, Elise. So I've watched the film that I'm watching now almost every Saturday, right? The Devil Wears Prada. And while I am watching the film, I'm really inspired. Let me know when you want to come. I will let you know when I'm traveling. Depending on if my AWOKH business makes good money that I hope for and that I'm waiting for all of y'all to support my AWOKH business, to support my initiatives, order my magazine. Detail is on my AWOKH page and on my Ribea, RIBEAH page. And on those pages, y'all can really share in my initiative, support my business so that I have to travel. Other than that, so yeah, I love a really good Julia Roberts film. Julia Roberts. Oh yeah, Julia. A good Julia. A good Julia Roberts film. And then I also love a good love film. Yes, a good love story. What else do I love? What other types of movies do I watch? I watch not too much action, but I love a fine action film. We're gonna put our carrots, and y'all can share details on what films y'all love to watch. Let's quickly get our carrot. That's right. And sable questions through. Thank you. While we are cooking, let's put our carrots on. And then we're gonna quickly do our white sauce. Lovely. We're gonna quickly do our white sauce. Let's read that. Oh, lovely. Lovely. Georgia. That's lovely song. And I love music. I love singing. Yes, thank you. I love music. I've got one song on a gospel song on Spotify. If y'all want to buy that, just search Ribea, RIBEA, surname Rhoda, and then y'all will find more details of me, and then you will know where to follow me on social media and on all of those apps. I've got another song that's out. It's called Ribea, RIBEA. It's a gospel song. It's called Ribea, RIBEA. So y'all will find more details of me, and then you will know where to follow me on social media and on all of those apps. I've got another song that's out. It's called Ribea, RIBEA. It's a gospel song. 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 It's called Ribea, RIBEA. that is called also gospel song. God is doing something new. And then I'm also wanting to do one love single, one love song before I probably retire when I'm 70 or 80 years old. And before I retire, oh, you don't like horror movies? I also don't like horror movies. I don't like creepy. I don't like gooey movies. I will watch it every now and then. I've been watching the Twilight Saga, and I am very intriguingly interested in how they explain what we call horror and what is actually the human being that are intertwined with nature itself, the human being that are birthed differently amongst humanity. So for some people, the Twilight Saga might mean some another explanation. For Ribea, Elise, it means that this universe and that all of us human beings will react differently because we live in a world where nature is every part of us and every part of our being, right? And we have to, and that's why we educate one another so that we are not treating one another like animals, but so that we are not ignoring the fact that we are very much gonna sometimes react like every part of the force of the universe, right? Nature itself, like animals itself, and that we no one hold it against one another because it's such is this lovely earth that we are staying on, right? Share more questions. Let's check our lovely carrots. And we've completely cooked our rice. Lovely. Our rice is ready. So the only thing we're gonna wait for is the lamb shanks. Everyone, thank you for joining the room. We are cooking, yes. We're doing lamb shanks with lovely potatoes, lovely carrots, lovely spices, lovely bay leaves in that for flavoring. And Kiara, don't switch the light off. That is the really switching the lights off. Oh wow. You look at how this mother looks like. Oh, lovely lamb shank, lovely sweet carrot. We don't want to eat everything warm. Oh, you don't like nature movies. Oh, that's interesting. How old is everyone in the room? Y'all can say hi, your countries y'all are from. Thank you for everyone that joined. Please like on our videos. Join our Saturday relations talks. We're gonna now again talk a little bit about relations. We're gonna talk a little bit about relationships and about dating. Lovely salt in there. Our carrots look lovely. Thank you for joining. Let's quickly share our cooking. Our rice is so ready. Our carrots are so cooking. In our carrots is lovely butter, lovely sugar. And it's now steaming soft in the butter and the sugar and sour pinch of salt. Together with our rice, we've only added bay leaves into our rice pot. We added a little packet of sauce to give the rice a little bit of spice. And then we added a grated carrot, a chopped onion, and some lovely salt. Lovely salt. Thank you. And then we added some lovely salt to that. And then we added some good salt. And we're gonna love the warmth of the Sunday. You just don't like nature movies. Oh, lovely. How does 60 years hold you? That's nice. How is it to be 60 years old? I'm only 40 years old. Thank you. Come to talk of relationships. we've had a lot to say about the partner being emotionally drawn to you in a relationship, right? And when your partner is emotionally drawn to you, that makes the relationship journey, thank you for the nature person, nurturing. It makes it much nurturing if you are in a relationship where you are well appreciated, where you are well respected, where the journey in the relationship, let me just cover the rise, thank you, where the journey in the relationship, where the journey in the relationship are appreciated and where the partner are still emotionally, physically drawn to you, the person. If your husband is physically still drawn to you, that's lovely. The marriage is lovely. The marriage is gloomy. If the marriage gets cold, then find out where your husband's mind are at so that you can be physically fine, as well as mentally fine, as well as emotionally fine. I've mentioned in the relationship podcast that I've shared in the year 2022. I said that when you are emotionally fine, we are sometimes just so attentive to wanting to feel fine. You wanting to feel fine sometimes require you to get the partner to say that he's fine in the relationship. Some people say they are fine in the relationship and then they are sometimes not anymore. And then they are not still in the relationship self. Some people find themselves in a relationship that they are physically sometimes in danger. And then the partner sometimes, thank you, Robert, the partner sometimes makes it so clear that the partner sometimes makes it so clear that they are physically not in the relationship anymore. And with our relationship education and our relationship journey, we want to listen to how do you feel in the relationship? How does your partner feel in the relationship? Is your partner fine in the relationship? Thank you. Is your partner fine in the relationship? And is your partner still finding himself in the relationship, right? So for those people who are just tuning in and that's not familiar with our room, what we all teach one another on social media is a little bit of respect. Yes, thank you. And when your partner finds himself fine in the relationship and you find yourselves fine in the relationship, then the relationship tends to be nurturing. And if your partner doesn't find themselves fine and you don't feel physically safe and you don't feel physically fine, then we tend to be a generation of people that's now not going to stay in the relationship to teach that we have fine marriages, that we have fine relationships, but we are going to be a generation of people that's going to be physically fine. We live in a world where there's wars, where there's aggressions, where there's poverty, because we tend to want to tell ourselves that everything around us is fine, when everything around us sometimes are not fine, right? And only because of that, when we find ourselves in these days walking this lovely journey on earth, we acknowledge the fact that our physical appreciation as much important as the mental and emotional appreciation. To appreciate someone telling you that they are emotionally connected to you, that they are emotionally in the relationship is one thing. But to appreciate someone who physically are attracted to you and to physically appreciate everything about the relationship is actually the relationship that then are a nurturing relationship. Someone said a question. And yes, so you are in our Cooking Sunday room, and we are talking relationships in our cooking room, and we are also talking relationships on our Saturday live stream videos. I'm Ribea, Elise. If it's your first time on the page, say hi, say what country are you from, and you are welcome to stay in the room. If you are not welcome, wanting to listen to what we are saying, then please be so kind as to then leave the discussion, because we are really now sharing in opinion. Another thing. That's good. That's good. So one thing, yes, thank you. Everyone have a right to be looking for someone in a relationship. Whether you are 60 years old, whether you are 70 years old, whether you are 20 years old, you have a right to be looking for someone in a relationship. Whether you are 70, 80, or 90 years old, be ready to look for a partner in a relationship. Let's check out carrots quickly. Ooh, lovely, 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 lovely. Let's switch our carrots up. Looks lovely. So if you are looking, there's a lot of dating apps here. Thank you for the people that trust dating apps a lot, and you really find good, matured people on dating apps. That's good. Any further questions, everyone? We are listening. Another thing, press play on our relationship educative videos on our Instagram page also at Ribea, R-I-B-E-A, Ribea, R-I-B-E-A-H, and then also share in those opinions with us. Thank you for those of y'all who have subscribed to our pages, and also press like in our kitchen and our cooking videos. Another thing, thank you. Another thing, thank you, that's right. Everything about us in our season should be so true to our own opinion. Someone says, thank you, you are so true there. Yeah, everything about our relationship discussions should be so true to our own opinions about ourselves. We live in a world where everyone says live stream videos, and live stream videos are full of education, and full of education is full of a world full of lots of processes, lots of circumstances, and everyone find themselves in all of those different circumstances. So to share an honest and a true opinion is upright, and I call it right from wrong. I do the right from wrong education also. Thank you. Say hi if you have just stepped into our room, and say the country that you are from if you want to share that, and if you don't want to share that, then that's also fine. Another thing, and ask us any questions that you want to. Thank you. Another thing, yes, to be upright in opinion is acknowledgement in the season that we live in, right? We live in a world, thank you for liking that. We live in a world where there's so much happening. There's so much aggression. There's so much enjoyment, so much time that people are spending who are appreciating where they are at, and there's other people that are so much deprived. And when we have so much happening in this world, and we have one technological process that connects the international world in one room, and we all have a right to share opinion, then the one thing that we can all do is to be true to ourselves when we share those opinions. We have a lot of people on social media that educate relationships. Thank you for liking that. We have a lot of people in our generation that educates on the requirement in offers and young initiatives, inspirative, motivational messages, and motivational pages that people share motivations on. But it's another thing if we are upright in all of those opinions. So one thing for all of us to chase all of these live stream rooms and to do all of those things that everyone are doing. But it's another thing, thank you for joining. It's another thing. Thank you, that's good. I've got a lovely photo there on Instagram, yes. That is the same color as my nail polish, that's right. Thank you. You can go on our Instagram page. I'm wearing a shirt that's this color, and you buy this color. I love this shirt. Go through our photos on Instagram. On AWOKH page, AWOKH _ is the fashion page. Go on that page. It's much easier to go through those photos, and there's a lovely pink shirt that you would want to buy. Thank you. Another thing that we want to share on is the fact that when we have true and upright opinions, then we tend to nurture our generation, and we tend to build our generation in the right from wrong acknowledgement, right? And that's what I'm educating on social media in this season. If you have press played on my videos and on my podcast, we are season where we're gonna have to acknowledge that everyone is gonna sound right, and then yet there's so much wrong happening amongst different countries and processes, right? So it's not today about everyone that sounds right, about the room that are perfect, and that has got all of the colors that everyone wants to look in when they press on a live stream video. Today it's about being upright and being honest and acknowledging us, the people in this world. We are people of all the colors. We are present all of these different reactions and attitudes and lifestyle choices, and we have the right to acknowledge ourselves in all of those decisions and in sharing all of those lovely motivations and the lovely initiatives on social media, right? And that's where we can actually say in upright opinions. The same goes with relationships. Relationship opinion, if it's upright, if we're honest on social media, if we don't just color perfect and then everything else looks odd, if we be upright with what we are educating out there, then we are nurturing and giving birth to our generation, right? In everything that you are doing. And let us then acknowledge how we are nurturing, how we are giving birth. How does the colors of our generation look? Thank you for someone to give a compliment on my nail polish. How does the color of our generation look? Does it look nurturing in the countries? Does everything look fine in the countries? Are our generation and social media doing enough to nurture and to produce fruit in our generation? And that's where we want to be at with our relationship Saturdays and our relationship motivations. Let us quickly check our pot and add our potatoes to that. And then we're going to continue on our talk. That's right. That's right. Let's quickly check that. Let's quickly check the lovely lamps and pot, everyone. Let's add potatoes because we want the potatoes in the sauce, and then we can again dish the potatoes out. It is our cooking Sunday. For those of y'all that are just joining the room, we do cooking Sundays. And then I do my AWOKH fashion motivations. And then I also do with my AWOKH fashion Sundays, I also do Saturday motivations. And then I've got a few motivational books that y'all can order from me, yes. And I will really print it, hard copy print, and post it to the countries that y'all are from. More details on that you will find on the AWOKH page, AWOKH _. There's a lot of fashion opinions out there. If you don't know my page and you're not familiar with my page, then go and check out our opinions and get to know us a little bit more, so that when you're tuned into our rooms, then you'll already know who Ribea, Elise, and if it's a room that you now really want to be in on a Sunday, right? We live in a world where we can really press play on any video and have all these lovely videos. But we also live in a world where we have to decide whether we want to now really be part of Ribea, Elise's journey, or whether Ribea, Elise's journey is now not for you. If it's not for you, then engage in someone else's page and then are really inspirational to you, right? Lovely lamb shank, potato peas. We're gonna add some more flavor to the pot because we're really gonna give this pot time to not really do all of those so lovely flavors. And if our food is now perfect and everything is lovely and soft with us, everything is lovely and soft, and that's why we're doing evening cooking today. Lovely pepper there, a little bit more spicy. That's lovely. Now I'm going to give our gas complete time. That's good. Thank you. What else? I would love to get to know you better. Thank you for that. Yeah, stay tuned in the rooms and we can talk in our open and honest discussions and open and honest talks. And then, yeah, let's continue quickly with this discussion. Thank you for someone saying that. Let's quickly continue with this discussion. Emotionally drawn. We've spoken about it yesterday. I've mentioned a lot of things yesterday. Let's quickly just continue with what we said yesterday in our page, in our live stream page, right? Yesterday we talked about being emotionally drawn in our relationships. For those of y'all that are subscribed already, thank you so much for subscribing. Everyone that wants to still subscribe to our page so that you can tune into my opinion. And my opinion is the whole time it's going to sound like it is. You're not going to get anything different from me, Ribea, Elise, right? I'm very specific, I'm very direct, and I'm very upright with my opinion. So that's everything. I'm not going to glue my opinion so that someone else feels fine. My opinion is going to be my opinion, right? Let's quickly talk about being emotionally drawn in relationships. Thank you for joining there. Press like on our videos, everyone. So I've been in quite some interesting relationship journeys. And on those journeys, I've learned a lot. And I've had a lot of experience. And while I'm only 40 years old, yes, someone said they're 60 years old, I'm only 40 years old. And while let's make another cup of tea, while we talk. While I'm only 40 years old, and while I am still very young about my seasons, I have learned a lot about where do I find myself at in the relationship world. Where do I want to be at in the relationship world? What about that journey was now really me acknowledging myself at? I've met a few men throughout these years, and I'm one person that was now very picky and choosy, and not everyone wanted to date me. While I'm now one very picky and choosy woman, not everyone wanted to date me. And it's upright and honesty. When you allow yourself to be upright, you allow yourself to date someone that I've mentioned on one of the pages that is now really a tasty relationship. Let's talk about that is now really not only nurturing, and that is now really not a family having children together, and that is now really not a woman really desiring to have children or men really desiring to have children, and then they marry a marriage partner. Let's be upright. When we look at how our children should look today, the children should be light in skin color, the hair should be nice and long, and then we now tend to say that that's now the relationship journey. And that's now the marriage that was nurtured. Let's be upright with saying that not everyone wanted to date me, Ribea, Elise. Why? Because of their decision of choice, that they really wanted someone tasty next to them, yes. And someone tasty next to them is now really all about everything should look right. When they present themselves, they want to feel fine when other people look in on them. And that is now a relationship where people want acknowledgement and approval from other people to approve their relationships to be fine. We live in a world where I really don't negotiate a man who's now next to me and who's now really not there. We live in a world where the relationships can be the most perfect. And if a man pays for that plate of restaurant moment, if a man pays for this Zara wardrobe, then he's now exactly what some woman wants next to themselves. Ribea, Elise, if it's now really not tasty, and then I might as well stay in the 20-year marriage with my husband sleeping in the room and I'm sleeping in the lounge, or sleeping in the third bedroom. If it's now really not tasty, then I might just stay on the recliner couch. If we are now really upright about what I desire And about this Ribea Elise, that's now really picky and choosy. That's now not going to walk next to someone whose attention is the whole time drawn to someone else. Because then I'm now not tasty. And I'm one person that loves a good wine tasting moment, that loves a good picnic, that loves a good nature, that loves a good restaurant plate of food, that loves a good cocktail. I love alcohol, but I don't just drink any alcohol. I'm very specific. People who have tuned in to me all these years, thank you for those people who tuned in onto the Google videos where I was a bartender. I'm one bartender that are very picky and choosy. I love a good cocktail and not any sweet cocktail, because sweetness is now not really it. Prettiness is also now not really it. But it's got to be a tasty relationship. Anything in this world today can be tasty. They made for me those years. There was so much cocktails on the market those years when I was drinking and when I was a bartender. There was so much for me to choose from on those shelves when I get to a bar. There was everything Ribea Elise. There was high heels. I love high heels. There was fashion. I love to dress nice. There was everyone had the hair shiny. I love my hair nice. And they designed the bars exactly how Ribea Elise love a tasty moment. But not everyone who were there were now really wanting me. And I was now really very picky and choosy, even at the most drunken moments. And when they stayed at the bar for Ribea Elise's cocktail, and then I was a little bit more picky and choosy. Because now not every sweet drink is now going to be my favorite sweet drink. I love a glass of red wine, a glass of white wine. I'm really still looking for that white wine. Not that Ribea Elise that they shift to and fro. I'm looking for a glass of white wine that has got everything Ribea Elise's signature on. I haven't had that taste of white wine yet. That is how choosy I can sometimes be about who I date, about when I date, about how I decide to want to date someone. Everyone else out there who is still having to date, it is fine to be picky and choosy. It is fine to choose no matter how your parents are, no matter where you stay or where you come from. It is fine to be a Ribea Elise that are very specific. Very specific about the alcohol. I was drinking a red wine in seasons. I was drinking a dry red wine every now and then when I get to a different bar. And when the dry red wine had its season, then I want something lighter, something sweeter. When the light red wine had its season, then I want to drink something else. There was another drink that I used to love to drink, thank you. There was another drink that I used to love to drink. It was called a red square. And then everyone brought in the red square for Ribea. So African women used to love to drink the reds and the dry, Hunter's dry, and I really don't like anything dry. They used to like a Savannah dry, and it tastes like when you are drinking and you are vomiting. And I really don't drink anything that tastes like vomit. A reds taste like vomit. And I really do not now want to make myself nauseous even before I have to enjoy that drink. And then they came along with a lovely red square. And the red square Ribea Elise had about 2 different colors at first. They had the red square gold, and I'm Ribea Elise self, and I love a self moment. And they brought me the red square silver. And when I had to choose, and then the bar said, but Ribea, we do not have anything else. There's not the red square gold for you tonight. And then I feel so disappointed, on the lowest level of disappointment that I could have ever been. And when I was disappointed and I just wanted to enjoy the drink because I'm now a bartender and I've now been working long hours and I really now want to sit in a different bar and just enjoy the calmness of my youth. The calmness of me being young. Today it's my 40 years that I want to appreciate the way I appreciate the type of wine, the way I appreciate a cocktail drink, the way I appreciate how I enjoy my years and my seasons. And when I got to the bar and they did not have the gold red square for me, and then I would be disappointed. You would not get much out of me because I would not really desire to drink a red square gold that are signed with everything Ribea Elise. And when my alcohol is not signed, and there's now everyone in the bar, and not everyone wants Ribea. And Ribea now really desire to have someone in that night. And then I'm the Ribea Elise. If my alcohol don't have it, then the guy is probably also not in the bar. And then the person that I would now really desire to have next to me, and that's how I listen to my relationship seasons. The person that I now really wanted to have next to me, if he's now not there, and the red squid gold is there, and then I'm now really going to drink the red squid gold in all harshness. Because the red square, and the red square silver is there, then I'm drinking the red square silver in all harshness. Because the red square gold is very light on me. And such should be a relationship for me. Very light on me, the person. Not on people wanting to be in relationships so that they sign that they were now in relationship. So that they are acknowledged amongst humanity for being in a relationship. It is acknowledging self and being very kind on those lovely journeys. We're going to share more after that. We're going to leave our meat now to steam, cook, lovely. Our carrots is ready. And you all have seen our carrots on the video. We're going to eat our sweet carrot with that. We're going to see photos of that. Thank you. Say hi if you read this. Yes, I'm reading this. Thank you. Thank you for that, someone. Yeah. So that is now really, thank you, where we are at with this video. Does anyone have any further questions? You can type those questions through. Well, we're going to conclude that chat and that talking time for today. Thank you for sharing all those comments. Any further questions? Who else is in our room, everyone? Does anyone have any questions? Thank you. Who else is in our room? Thank you. Say hi, y'all are still in the room. Because we're gonna now conclude the video. Thank you, we love our video. Light, yes, it looks very, very kind at us. That's right, you're still in the room. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. I'm still very young, yes, thank you. Yes, I'm still very young. 40 years at young, yeah. Lovely, lovely, lovely. 40 years is not too old. I can sometimes be like an old lady. 40 years is very young. Yeah. Thank you. We're gonna probably conclude with this video, with the live stream now. Thank you. Thank you. Everyone who haven't shared the countries that y'all are chatting from, you all can share that through to us and please like on our videos. We're now wanting 100 people in our live stream room, everyone. So we're waiting for the 100 tops. Oh, 60 is still young. 60 is young depending on how you are journeying your 60. 60 years are young depending on how you are journeying your 60 years old. I really don't mind dating someone who was 60 years old. There's someone on one of the bloggers, Nikki and Chris. And Chris is 60 years old probably already, and I would date someone like him. And everything about him and him being 60 years old, that's the type of 60 years old man that I would date. Nikki O, bloggers on YouTube. If you all want to check their pages out, I've been checking their pages out a lot before I started with my live stream videos. And they are a couple, and he's one of the 60-year-old men that I would want to date. Anyone else? No, I don't want a man, but I'm just saying, anyone older? No, anyone older, if they are as old as he be, and he's old, and I don't know how old he is, he might be in his late 50s. He might be 57. But there is as young as 60 years that I would desire to date. I'm not sure, yes, thank you. I think I would want to desire to date him in his years of being 60 years old. Let's get another tea bag. Ah, sounds interesting. That sounds interesting, thank you. We're gonna do a lovely another cup of tea. 1.5 sip of tea. Lovely, thank you, thank you. Anyone still having any more questions, everyone? Does anyone have any relationship questions, please? Thank you for joining the room. Anyone has any further relationship questions? What's everyone doing for Christmas? I love to do Christmas cooking. This year we're gonna do Christmas cooking again on Christmas Eve. Thank you, everyone. Or Christmas Day. No, not Christmas Day, the day before Christmas. We're gonna do most of our cooking this year. So for those of you all that want to share in with the colors of Christmas, I know I can sometimes be like a child and I'm really also my mama's baby daughter, so I can sometimes really be the child in the room of being like the baby when it comes to Christmas, right? I'm really sometimes the child that are like the baby when it comes to Christmas. I can do Christmas decorations. My daughter was earlier here in the room with a cap on and she didn't want anyone to notice. So yeah, but I can sometimes be like the baby when it comes to those decorations. So what's everyone gonna do for Christmas? Share your thoughts through. We're talking about relationships. I've shared a lot about relationships. If you want to press play on, When we conclude the video, I've shared our opinions. We were talking about being emotionally connected in being in the relationship and the relationship being tasty. The person that holds their right hand next to the relationship partner, we were talking about that. And when you uphold your right hand, I've mentioned in the previous video, then you acknowledge yourself. You acknowledge that you have to be fine in the relationship. You acknowledge that it's not only someone being emotionally drawn to you. That's now the best relationship journey that you would find yourself in. Because if people are only emotionally drawn to you, emotionally to me can sometimes mean when the person say, "Oh, Ribea, you look nice today." And when it's now time for the relationship bedroom, and when it's now time for the person to feel fine next to me, that can sometimes have me emotionally drawn to a partner in a relationship. Emotionally drawn is not only that, it is someone that truly are committed to wanting to be with me, Ribea, and they are not only there so that the emotions are now more sexually driven than having the person in the relationship, right? And that's what we were talking about. And I haven't mentioned that earlier, but we can now say that that's what we are talking about. It is that someone are now physically there, are sometimes only physically there, and that might not be so tasty because the person might not really want to be with you. Person who now really only want to be with you in the bedroom and about the sex moment of the relationship, that's now not my choice. I am picky and choosy, and in my season, I desire someone who would now also wanting to be with me, and not only wanting to emotionally be connected, right? That is the way we are talking about the vow of commitment. Yes, we have mentioned in yesterday's video a lot. The vow of commitment, how committed is your partner in the relationship, because we find ourselves being fine in relationships and then our partners often tend to be not fine. And they don't often say that they now really don't desire to be in the relationship anymore. And when they don't often say it, then it means that they are now really not that committed to you and not that committed to the journey of the relationship. The journey of a relationship means every restaurant moment, every dating moment, every time together, every time you'll spend together, everything about producing and nurturing that journey is now everything. And there is now someone who's now committed to the journey of the relationship. So the journey is that this Ribea loves a good restaurant food, she loves a good cocktail, she loves a good date, she loves a picnic. I haven't been on a picnic with anyone in my years and days in a relationship, but I would love a guy that takes me on a picnic. I went on a date once, and me and my husband almost separated then. And he was away for 1 year, like we are separated in this season, kind of separated. And while he was away from me, there was that journey. And I didn't go on that picnic moment because it's specific, and you don't just go on a picnic with anyone. And so if the person is now really not that committed, really not that physically, emotionally drawn to you, the person, and it's not really not about that lovely journey, and it's not really now just to get it over and done with so that the person can feel sometimes how you taste, and then the relationship tend to not be too tasty. And that's what we're talking about. Lovely, our evening food is on the fooding thingy. That's right. Thank you for sharing those thoughts. Y'all can share y'all's comments. Thank you. Thank you. Share the comments through. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Who pays for this food? My AWOKH business pays for this lamb. I'm acknowledged. My husband works for Rico, RICOH, New Zealand. They called him in 2005 to Auckland, New Zealand for the very first time. and they required him to be in the country for their processes. And after that communication, he came to the hotel where I was employed at, and I met him during a time where my career was at its best, and where I really was already completing my matric, and I was now ready to move further on. And I met him at a time when I was now ready to meet my husband. And that journey called me to Auckland, New Zealand. The journey is an office process, and it includes his business that are also inlined and signed in the business world next to my AWOKH business. He then funds for the food in the house, and he then funds for the house's rent. My AWOKH required its own acknowledgement in the business world. I was employed at Nibblebirds. They acknowledged my journey itself. I was studying at Boland College, Human Resources. That's acknowledged in this house process. And the house were built for a certain reason. We were then called to New Zealand. So he's really the person that funds for that. And we now really are a little bit tired of one another sometimes. And we're really still working on a process where the international world are still building on, where the international world are still building on the business processes that are structured around our birth rooms and around our households. So he's the one funding, and I wanted to fund everything myself. So for now, Rico New Zealand still has to get those signatures right. They still need to say how did they sign that agreement. They called us again. We got the job again, a communication from them again in 2017. They brought my husband, Dorian Rode, to Auckland, New Zealand again. So how they got that office commitment that included me, Ribea, Elise, that acknowledged me. The Chinese government still has to explain that to the international world. That is the recognition and acknowledgement of my journey self, right? Because people don't only, he's my husband's mother, we used to work for Nashua those years, and they are also Rico, and he also used to work for Nashua in South Africa, and they build offices around certain processes in the international world. And the office includes the process in the international world that I became part of. So Rico New Zealand still have to explain a lot when it comes to my AWOKH business finances. And if their managers don't know what I'm talking about, then it's good to contact the Chinese government. That is National South. That is Ribea Elise's journey south. Another part of the journey called me to Dubai in 2004. They Regal Plaza, and those just can then, in line with Rico New Zealand, discuss Ribea Elise in the financing of AWOKH business. So he then still has to fund for the complete process according to how offices in the international world are structured. And if anyone don't know what I'm talking about for managers of Rico New Zealand, it is fine for you all to contact the Chinese government to find out how is the business structured around the international processes, right? And that's where we are at with the business world. And with the office world, for lots of people, what we say sometimes sounds like science, yes, and science. Sorry, Baba Kim, I mean, finished now. Science brought us all together. My child now really wants to eat, so let me really quickly make this food ready. Science brought us all together, and science is still every part of our discussions and how we explain every process. So everyone needs to get it scientifically right. I always say that I only went to the 1+1 mathematics, and every other mathematics class I really am not that informed about. So every other mathematics, I can only explain a part of the 1+1 mathematic room. Scientifically, how the process of offices in Rico New Zealand are intertwined with our households communications, I really can only explain that part. For Rico New Zealand's business owners, find out from the international world how the processes includes AWOKH business and where AWOKH business find themselves at in the communication of the process itself. That's all. No one is ever wrong about anything. That's right. That's all, everyone. If you all have any further questions about who funds for the house, then share that also through. The house was built around my fashion years, around my AWOKH fashion business, and we stay in the house now, and my husband gets paid the amount of money to pay for the house. Because there's processes, there are minutes in the international world, and our households form part of the international process. My Mama Anna Philander, Mama Anna Universe birth womb, that I explained in American Celebrity House through the Braxton family's mother. that looks the same like my mother. The process I explained in the international office. And for officers that doesn't know what I'm talking about, and if it sounds like science, then leave the discussions. For people that really know where the international world are at, get in line with where processes should be at. And let's build business together. Tomorrow we have HR24, and we're gonna discuss a lot of things. We won't discuss it in New Zealand tomorrow, but we will discuss a lot of structuring office processes further. So let us learn to build those structuring processes right, and let us allow ourselves to upright there, to uphold the right hand upright, right, acknowledging us, the people, in all these international processes. Other than that, everyone, have an interesting Sunday with us.